Hello guys, this is 12520 back again with another video, and today we'll be talking about the Type 11. Yeah, this terrible piece of trash that I hate so much. And I'm just kidding about that. This weapon was almost absolutely useless and having some of the worst specializations in the game. Cough, cough, Either way, yeah, so I decided to play a few rounds with this weapon, and this will be, I believe, the third round I played with it. And overall, I gotta say, although I hate this weapon's specializations, and I didn't take the time to level it up completely before I posted this video, even with that, I can say that this gun, in comparison to what I thought it was going to be, is a lot better than I was expecting. This thing can legitimately hold its own, which is very strange. And I'll be going into the stats in just a moment to figure out why that is. So, first things first, this is a Japanese weapon, and it also features a unique hopper mechanism. That is what the mag looks like, where it uses Arasaka mags, or sorry, clips, Arasaka clips, and it kicks them down as you expend all the ammo from the mag, or sorry, as you expend ammo from the mag. And it will just constantly keep kicking out the clips until you're out of ammo. So that's kind of a cool little system. But on to the other thing. This weapon is unlocked by purchasing it for 1,700 company coin. You could originally get it in the past for doing a challenge, or sorry, no, this one's not even a challenge one. This one is the battle pass one that you get at like tier 7. My bad, guys. I made no mistake in my own video. Oh well, I'm going to keep it in for comedic value. As for this gun stats, I'm going to go over it right now. And sorry for the image placement, but there has been a couple of issues with trying to get zoom in, and even with max zoom, I can't section off everything the way I would like it. So that's my bad. But either way. So the Type 97 fires a 7.92 by 57mm cartridge, so it's the same thing as a Mauser cartridge, which is the same thing as the Kar 98K, but we all know they're not going to do the same damage because Battlefield. Either way, the gun fires at a rate of 514 rounds per minute and does 25 damage up to around 10-ish meters, it looks like, and it will become 13 damage all the way out at 100 meters. So this weapon, overall, just looking at that alone, this weapon has some serious issues with range damage, but it is quite decent in close quarters. As for its other stats, it reloads in 4 seconds while still having ammo in the mag, and 4.8 seconds while it has no ammo in reserve, or in the mag. Overall accuracy wise, it's not actually that bad, and looking at its recoil, 0.45 up and 0.12 and 1.144 left and right. Basically, it makes this gun a laser beam. Although you might have some issues at range. Other than that, it has a bullet velocity of 740 meters per second, which is basically, that's average. Like, that's literally almost every single LMG has that. It's extremely fast, so you won't be leading targets very, very much. As for any noteworthy things on the weapon, its iron sights are terrible. And it has a terrible specialization tree. Main thing is that either side you go with does not drastically affect some things that this weapon needs. In this case, nothing gives it more range. Nothing gives it better, like, I don't know. There's like, you don't need the better controllability very much. It doesn't make this gun faster, or like more, how to say it, easier to handle in close range. And the one that had the one specialization that would make it seem good would be the top down mag, or whatever it's called. And I've already went over that in my Battlefield 5 chapter review for chapter 5. But in short, for this, every 5 rounds, instead of just taking out the instead of just reloading the entire mag, you can now like just plop in new mags instead. The issue being, though, is that there's no way to like take out a mag and then put in a new mag back in that has that has the same like amounts. Like you can't just go with 9 rounds like that you need in your mag and then put in 5, kick out 1, and put in a new mag. You can't do that. Instead, it has to be in perfect intervals of 5. And I haven't been able to test this yet, but it looks like it's perfect intervals are 5 straight, so you can't just keep chucking in mags, even if you're like 6 bullets down and you'll have 1 bullet left. That's just from what I've seen, though. Don't quote me. But the main issue with that is that this gun is still kind of useless, even with all those things put on it. As for my opinion on this weapon, I thought it was going to be a lot worse, and from the little bit of time I've had to play with it thus far, before making this video, I thought this weapon was going to be terrible. I decided I was going to do this to make a joke out of it and to laugh at how terrible it is. But then I go and look at it, and I'm like, I'm playing with it, and I'm amazed, and I'm like, what the hell? I'm actually killing things quite fast. I'm actually doing quite well. And what I realize is that while this weapon doesn't do anything special, and it's not very, how would I put it, it's not very unique within its category of 30-round LMGs that fire super slow. It has one major thing that I actually like about it, and that is the fact that its recoil is actually to the point where it's so low, and there's so low side to side, that as long as you can control the vertical recoil, this weapon is virtually the biggest laser beam in the game. So for even people that have terrible accuracy control when it comes to anything except vertical, this gun can still be the biggest laser beam in the game. So I've actually found a use for it. As for my recommended loadout, Specializations, it doesn't matter too much. You can go recoil side, you can go top up mag side, you can go whichever side you want, it don't matter. Main thing you gotta know is you need a really good secondary. And you need to be running the ammo crate because you're going to run out of ammo way too fast. As for gadgets, I run with the, well, besides the ammo box, obviously, I run with the what's it called, the lunge mine. But that's just so I can take out tanks. But that's not, like, a big importance right now. That's, well, it doesn't affect the weapon very much. As for the style I'd use this weapon, I would say use this weapon somewhat passive-aggressively. As you're about to see, I can actually hit targets from very far away and still kill them. But this is a very rare occasion. And I would much rather say, use this weapon almost like a DMR. Or a bit closer range DMR. So you don't want to be too close to the point where you're getting outshot by everything. But you also don't want to be too far away so that that your damage drop off is too far. And you're doing that 13 minimum. So yeah, that's my opinion on this gun. I actually thought I was going to hate it a lot more than I do. But like I said, this gun's actually not that bad. I will actually be giving this weapon 2 reviews. Star ratings, mind you. Because of the fact that, well, I think this weapon deserves 2 different roles. And these will be the categories. So, out of a rating for ease of use and actual usability, I give this weapon a 3 out of 5 stars, simply put. It's not great, but it'll get the job done, and it can be used effectively, and I honestly think this weapon is a bit less deserving of some of the criticisms it's given. And it's actually somewhat usable, even in comparison to what I said earlier. And for my last review, this weapon is a 1 out of 5 in uniqueness, because there's nothing it does that other LMGs don't do better except recoil. Well guys, I'll be seeing you guys all later. Hopefully you guys like this review. And yeah, I'll be seeing you guys all later.